Have you ever stopped and wondered what really makes the difference? What separates leaders who truly inspire from folks who just, well, manage? Or maybe you've thought about how you can genuinely transform your own ability to guide others, not just for today, but, for a lasting impact. Well, today we're diving deep into exactly that. We're going to unpack what I think is basically a foundational instruction manual for leadership. It's John C. Maxwell's incredible book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Seriously, it lays out such a clear path. It shows you what to do and how.
That's spot on. And our mission here really is to unpack these principles because they are truly timeless. We want to show you how they act as a roadmap, for developing leaders who are genuinely effective, and importantly, how they can transform future generations. Maxwell calls these laws solid as ever, and he's absolutely right. If you understand them, if you apply them, people will follow you. Simple as that.
And the real value for you listening is that this is kind of a shortcut, isn't it? It gets you straight to the core principles. Doesn't matter your gender, age, experience, location. It applies. It's all about helping you lift your lid on your potential, maximize your influence. Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're starting with what Maxwell terms foundational insights. This is the absolute bedrock. First up, the law of the lid.
Right, the law of the lid. It sounds simple, but wow, the implications are huge. It basically says your leadership ability isn't just your ceiling, it's the cap, the limit, on everyone you lead and on your whole organization's potential.
So it's not just about me, it's about the collective potential.
Exactly. Think of it like this. If your leadership ability is, say, a 6 out of 10, your organization's effectiveness can never consistently get above a 5 or 6. Your lid holds it down.
That really challenges the idea that leadership is just something you're born with, doesn't it?
Completely. Maxwell is adamant. Leadership can be learned, it can be developed.
So for listeners feeling maybe a bit capped, feeling that lid themselves, what's the immediate action?
The key takeaway, the transformation part, is you have to first buy into the idea that you can grow. It's not fixed. Then you actively work on your skills. That's how you lift your lid. You increase your own capacity, which then increases your ability to reach and add value to more people. It starts with that belief.
Makes total sense. So, okay, if we accept our leadership can grow, how do we define what real leadership even is? That brings us to the law of influence.
Ah, yes. This one cuts through so much noise. Maxwell's crystal clear. True leadership is influence. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
So not the title, not the corner office.
Nope, not management, not position, not even being an entrepreneur or a pioneer.
Yeah.
It's purely about your earned ability to influence others, to affect their thinking or behavior.
Earned ability, I like that.
Yeah. It means you can have a high position and zero real leadership, or you can have no formal title and be a massive influencer. It's about impact.
Okay, that's a powerful distinction. So if my impact comes from affecting people's behavior, how do I, grow that influence? Practically speaking.
Maxwell gives us a pretty clear checklist, actually. You build influence by focusing on your character. That's huge. Then relationships, knowledge, your intuition, your experience, past successes, and just your raw ability. But the biggest lever, he says it's intentionally adding value to people every day, in every way you can. That shifts your focus completely outwards. You become others focused.
Intentionally add value. That sounds demanding but powerful.
It is, but
Yeah.
it's how you build that bank of goodwill, that trust that makes people want to be influenced by you.
Okay, so influence is the measure. How do we build it day to day? This seems to lead right into the law of process. This one really pushes back against our need for instant results, right?
Oh, absolutely. The law of process. Leadership develops daily, not in a day. Maxwell himself is open about not being a great leader starting out. He grew through consistency. It's like compound interest for your leadership skills. Small daily deposits of effort and learning build up massively over time. It's a long game.
Which is great news, really. It kills that myth of the overnight success leader. It tells you, look, leadership is a set of skills you can learn. You just need the self-discipline, the perseverance. Focus on that daily growth, even if you don't see huge results immediately.
Exactly. That consistency is what builds long-term effectiveness. You're actively becoming a leader day by day.
And holding all that together, I suppose, is the law of solid ground.
You got it. Solid ground. Trust, it's the absolute foundation. Maxwell calls it the glue. Without trust, leadership disintegrates. And that trust is built on two pillars. Competence people need to know you know what you're doing, and character, your values, your integrity.
So for anyone aiming to lead, listening right now, this means integrity isn't optional. It's got to be baked in from day one. Trust is earned, right? By getting results, sure, but doing it with integrity and genuinely caring about people.
And it's tested, isn't it? Tough times really show what you're made of. That's when you see who the real players are versus the pretenders. Your character shines through, or it doesn't.
Okay, so we've got the foundations. Develop yourself, lid, focus on influence, do it daily, process, and build on trust, solid ground. Now, how do leaders actually, steer the ship? This brings us to the leader's compass. First stop, law of navigation.
Right. Navigation, anyone can stand at the helm and steer, Maxwell says. But a leader charts the course. They see more than others see, and they see it before others see it. They plan ahead, anticipate obstacles, and figure out the best route for success before you even set sail. It's that proactive foresight.
So for you listening, developing that strategic foresight is key. You need to learn to manage your emotions so they don't cloud judgment. Use past experiences, especially failures. Examine what's happening now. Listen widely. Balance the facts with maybe a little bit of faith or vision.
And I love Maxwell's advice here. Be quick. Don't hurry. Sometimes you need to strategically buy time, gather more data, wait for the right moment to act. It's calculated.
Building on that foresight is the law of intuition. This one feels a bit more intangible.
It can seem that way. Leaders evaluate everything with a leadership bias. It's not just a random gut feeling, though. It's informed intuition. It's about reading situations, reading people, sensing trends, picking up on things others miss. It's pattern recognition, often subconscious, built from knowledge and experience, combined with instinct.
Okay, so it's a skill you can develop, not just magic.
Definitely. You cultivate it through practice, through experience. Learn to listen to that inner voice, but always test it against the facts. And crucially, Maxwell says, read yourself. Understand your own biases, your strengths, your moods, so you can interpret situations more clearly. Self-awareness is key to good intuition.
Then we hit the law of the picture. This one feels very direct. People do what people see.
Incredibly direct and incredibly powerful. You, as the leader, have to embody the vision and the values you talk about. You have to be the picture. Like Maxwell says, leadership is more caught than taught. Your actions shout louder than your words.
So for you, aspiring leader, it's about walking the talk. Absolute authenticity. Work on yourself first before trying to change others. Set high standards for your own behavior. Your consistent actions paint that picture that truly inspires and guides everyone else. It's that constant, visible example.
And that focus on what you do leads right into the law of priorities. Wow. Because just being busy isn't leading. Activity doesn't equal accomplishment. Good leaders know this. They apply the Pareto principle, focusing on the vital few, the top 20% of activities that give 80% of the results.
The 80-20 rule, yeah.
Exactly. They assess things based on what's required, what's the potential return, and what's the reward, personally and for the team. They're ruthless about where they spend their energy.
So this is all about effective time management, strategic focus, really distinguishing busy work from productive work. You need to put your energy where it counts most, aligned with your strengths and the big goals. And it's not set it, forget it, right? You have to keep reevaluating.
Constantly. Priorities shift. You need to stay agile.
All right, moving into what feels like the heart of leadership, connecting and empowering, the relational core. Let's start with the law of addition.
Yes, addition. This is beautiful, really. Leaders add value by serving others. The real bottom line isn't about your own advancement. It's about advancing others. And Maxwell notes, most people who consistently add value, the adders, they do it intentionally. It's a conscious choice, not an accident.
So transforming your leadership here means cultivating that servant's heart.
Yeah.
To add value, you first have to genuinely value others. That's step one. Then make yourself more valuable to them through your own growth. Understand what they value. Do things that, well, Maxwell says, God values.
And you experience that servanthood surprise, he calls it, where the more you give, the more you seem to receive in terms of significance, fulfillment, joy. It's quite profound.
Following that service mindset is the law of respect.
People naturally follow leaders who are stronger than themselves. It's just human nature. We're drawn to people whose leadership we respect, people who are more skilled or gifted in certain areas.
So what earns that respect? How do future leaders cultivate it?
It comes down to your personal leadership ability and consistently showing strong qualities. Things like natural talent, sure, but also respect for others, resilience, courage, a track record of success, loyalty, and always that commitment to adding value.
It's earned then, not demanded.
Never demanded.
Yeah.
Earned bit by bit through consistent action and character.
Okay, then there's the law of magnetism. Who you are is who you attract.
Exactly. Like attracts like. Leaders tend to pull in people who share similar qualities. Attitudes, values, energy levels, backgrounds, even their leadership potential. It's an unconscious pull,
Yeah.
often.
Which has huge implications. If you want to attract better people, you have to become a better person and leader yourself. But it also means you need to be careful not to just build a team of clones. Right?
Precisely. You have to intentionally overcome that natural pull.
Yeah.
Actively recruit diverse people who complement your weaknesses and bring different strengths.
Yeah.
That's how you build a well-rounded, truly strong team.
That leads nicely into the law of connection. Leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand.
That's the essence of it. You have to connect with people on an emotional level before you can motivate them to action. Logic and vision alone aren't enough.
So this is about empathy, building rapport, that relational intelligence. People need to feel you believe in them, that you're setting an example they can trust, and that you genuinely care about them as individuals.
And the responsibility for making that connection. It lies squarely with the leader. You have to initiate. You have to build the bridge. Sometimes it means, as Maxwell puts it, walking slowly through the crowd, taking time for those individual interactions.
It's about making people feel seen and valued.
Absolutely. Then comes the law of the inner circle. This one's fundamental. Your potential is determined by those closest to you. No leader succeeds alone.
Your success hinges on the strength of your core team, your trusted advisors.
Exactly. Your inner circle. Who you choose to have in that circle is critical.
So this law is all about strategic team building, being really intentional about who you bring close. You need people with character, competence, and compatibility, sure. But crucially, people who lessen the load, who are lifters, not leaners.
Right. And Maxwell also talks about an outer circle, your broader network for ideas, but that inner circle carries the weight with you. Get that right, and you multiply your impact massively.
Which brings us to the law of empowerment. Only secure leaders give power away.
Yeah, this is huge. Secure leaders share their power, knowledge, resources, responsibility. Insecure leaders, they hoard it. They're afraid of being replaced or overshadowed.
But there's a paradox here, isn't there? Giving power away actually makes you stronger.
It absolutely does. Maxwell gives that simple 5-step equipping process.
Yeah.
I do it. Then I do it and you watch. Then you do it and I watch. Then you do it. Finally, you do it and someone else watches you.
That's brilliant. It's a clear path to developing others.
And by empowering others, you become indispensable in a different way. You become larger because you're cultivating future leaders, not just managing followers. You're scaling yourself.
Okay, final one in this section. The law of buy-in. People buy into the leader first, then the vision.
This is so critical. You can have the most amazing vision in the world, but if people don't trust you, if they don't buy into your character, your competence, your commitment, they won't buy into the vision either.
Leader first, vision second.
Always. Your credibility is the currency you use to get buy-in. Your trustworthiness, your track record, that's the prerequisite for inspiring people to follow you towards a goal.
So you have to constantly live up to that trust. Live the vision yourself. Otherwise, people will eventually look elsewhere.
They will. Your connection to them and their belief in you is paramount.
Okay, last lap. We're looking at achieving and sustaining impact, the dynamics of growth. Let's kick off with the law of victory.
Leaders find a way for the team to win, period. They have this unwillingness to accept defeat. They're completely dedicated to finding a path to success for the team. It takes a unified vision, sure, diverse talents, yes, but it really hinges on the leader's commitment to victory, that internal resolve.
So for you as a future leader, it's about fostering that resilient, results-focused mindset. Your job is to motivate, empower, provide direction for the win. And remembering that the first victory is internal, right? Improving yourself enables you to lead others to success.
That's it. Win inside first. Then comes the law of the big mo. Momentum.
Big mo.
It's such a powerful force, isn't it? When you have momentum, everything seems easier. Problems get solved faster, leaders look smarter, followers perform better. Maxwell calls it the most powerful change agent.
You can almost feel it when an organization has it.
You really can. And leaders need to know how to create it and sustain it. It starts inside the leader. You have to motivate yourself first.
And critically, learn how to build momentum even out of setbacks, right?
Yep.
By reframing things authentically.
Yes. And also knowing when to regulate it. As Jamie Kern-Lino points out, sometimes you need to intentionally slow things down for sustainable, long-term success. It's not just about pushing hard all the time.
Smart push. Okay, then the law of sacrifice. A leader has to give up to go up.
No way around this one. Leadership costs you something. There's no success without sacrifice, and it's an ongoing thing, not a one-time payment. Maxwell shares his father's wisdom. You have to pay now so that you can play later. You invest sacrifice up front for future rewards, often for others.
So for future leaders, just be prepared. Advancement, impact, they come with personal costs. The higher you go generally, the greater the sacrifice. It's about cultivating that mindset of willing self-denial for the sake of the team, the vision, knowing it benefits others.
It's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Then, the law of timing. When to lead is as crucial as what to do and where to go.
Timing is everything, they say.
It often is in leadership. Right action at the right time, success. Right action at the wrong time could be disaster. Wrong action at the right time, still a mistake.
Getting it right requires what? Discernment, patience.
All of the above. Maxwell lists understanding the situation, maturity, confidence, decisiveness, experience, intuition, and preparation. It's complex. And as Jeff Henderson notes, impatience is a killer here. You need to wait for that opportune moment when people are ready for buy-in, when resistance is lowest. Feel the timing.
Don't force it.
Okay.
Nearly there. The law of explosive growth.
This one draws a sharp distinction. To add growth, lead followers. To multiply growth, lead leaders.
Ah, the multiplier effect.
Exactly. Investing your time and energy in developing other leaders yields an exponential return compared to just gathering more followers. It creates explosive potential.
So this is all about leader development, multiplication, aiming to be succeeded, not just needed. Focus on developing the strengths of potential leaders. Treat people differently based on their potential and results. Create an environment where leaders thrive.
That's how you extend your influence far beyond what you could ever do alone. It's multiplication.
And finally, the culmination, the law of legacy.
The leader's lasting value is ultimately measured by succession. What happens after you're gone? Legacy isn't just about leaving something for people like money or a building. It's about leaving something in people. Values, vision, skills, passion.
Wow. That provides the ultimate framework, doesn't it, for long-term impact. It means you need to be actively, intentionally preparing your successors. Define the legacy you want to leave. Live it out. Choose who will carry it forward. Pass the baton, effectively.
Yeah. And Mark Cole, the CEO of Maxwell Leadership, really emphasizes this. A legacy lives on through people who are passionate and capable enough to continue the work without you needing to be there. That's how transformation multiplies across generations.
The ultimate act of leadership generosity.
Absolutely. So that's the journey through Maxwell's 21 laws. From understanding your own lid and the power of influence, right through to intentionally building your legacy. They really do give a comprehensive roadmap, emphasizing growth, character, service, empowerment, strategy, and developing other leaders.
It is a lot to absorb, but incredibly powerful stuff. For everyone listening, maybe take a moment later to reflect. Which of these laws really hit home for you today? Which one feels like your next step? What's maybe one small thing you could do today to start applying one of these principles? And just remember that final thought from John C. Maxwell. A leader's lasting value is measured by succession. What lasting value will you choose to build into others? These incredible insights, of course, all come from John C. Maxwell's seminal work, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Definitely worth a read or a reread. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep growing, keep leading.